A Nigerian man who lives in the United Kingdom, London, has taken to the social media to express his disappointment in the Nigerians' mentality of building too much churches and not wanting to be industrious in any form of market they find themselves. He said in the video that this set of Nigerians only want miracles and never want to be productive in their ways of thinking. The man, who identified himself as Dr. Chidu Agunabo Ajoro, who works for Hungry and Angry and Humanity, a non-governmental organization (NGO), made and posted a video on the social media where he was bitterly expressing on how some Nigerians in London have taken to one of the most industrial streets of London, known as Queen's Drive, where there are various businesses and industries such as schools, vehicles, spare parts production and assembly, upholstery, warehouse, houses, and so on and so forth to build churches. The man in the video, that lasted less than a minute, grieves about how these Nigerians have taken to their industrial streets to establish churches and constituting environmental disturbance by abandoning vehicles on the street by one of the two churches he showed in the video to have been established by the Nigerians. The church, with the name Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries International inscribed boldly on the side of the church, had more than 5 church-owned vehicles parked on the streets. This church owns one of the biggest facilities on this street. Another church is also owned by a Nigerian with a banner of about 15 feet long with the name City of Faith Ministries. Come and join the faith family inscribed on it and hanging above the entrance of the church, which is just about 3 meters away from the other, was also situated on these industrial estates. The man claimed that these are the only two businesses owned by Nigerians in this industrial estate, and further explained that this is one of the reasons why Nigeria have not developed and why it is not going to develop. He expressed his resentment that in an industrial community where there are businesses owned by various people from all walks of life, the only businesses these Nigerians could think of establishing were churches. He expressed further that where others are thinking to be productive and creating job opportunities, these Nigerians only think of how to take and believe in miracles, because both churches and mosques do not add to human productivity but take. You can imagine. You can imagine that. Well, let's hear what people are saying. Church, 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 church. We have more than that in Nigeria. Very, very big. Very, very big. They are still somebody saying that oh, their aim, or what God told them, or their wish, is to make sure that at least they will be the church that will be as big as Ibadan. So what do you think? And we want to grow and become what the advanced countries are. With our crude mentality, it will be difficult because we have indoctrinated our next generation to lazy way of thinking. What the man has said was correct. Our orientations from miracle seekers to industrialized people and hard prayers to make it happen. We need to walk the talk and not talk the walk, because for God to answer your prayers, you must walk to end before God blesses it. Why did they travel to the UK to disgrace Nigeria as if we are lazy? Their country is in a bad shape of underdevelopment, no good roads, no constant electricity, and they are building churches everywhere. How many of their members have they built up to the productive and cater for their families? The scripture says we should not give food to a lazy person, and that every must work to feed himself and his family. Don't you know that church is a business to a Nigerian? Okay. Colonial masters succeeded in destroying Africa and Arab nationals, which they are never dreaming of deliverance. This man is telling the best truth of this century, but everyone is attacking him. It's unfortunate indeed to be a citizen of Arab nation and Nigeria. Church branches in overseas are mostly for mostly used for illegal and illicit business transaction, helping politicians to steal money, drug pushers, human trafficking, buying for traders to avoid custom duties payments, and so on and so forth. So much universities in Nigeria, but almost everyone is still ignorant. Church does not stop anyone working hard. Okay, it stops. Shut up. Church makes lazy and stupid. Why you keep thinking you are wise? My brother, think, why are these churches not establishing productive ventures instead of feeding fat on members? Mr. Londoner, what is your own business with that? Even the owners of the country are not complaining, but you that can be deported anytime is complaining. Don't you see, use your hand to bring the anger of God upon yourself. That's what someone says. Listen, industry is a scientific and technological creation. Church did not create industry. That is why here in Nigeria nothing is working, because technology is independent of the church, and we cry for lack of technology every day here. Yes, they will not complain because the owners are foreigners paying taxes. British don't believe in all these non-productive ventures. In deep anger that knoweth of no fear, this guy told the truth. Don't you know that church is a business to a Nigerian? You never complain of influx of Muslims in Europe. Okay. Momo, are the Europeans complaining of you? They cherish their relationship with the Muslims than with people like you. Don't mind him. He's talking rubbish. As a Nigeria, what is your contributions in that country? Nonsense, man. His contribution is what is just offered to you and the Nigeria public now. Be wise, for you to wise up and be useful to yourself and to your nation Nigeria, and not to your so-called pastor or church. See all you church rats here attacking him. Religion rats. Please, can you come back? Are you a church censor officer? If you are uncomfortable, come back to Nigeria. Okay. See this why we are not godly. This is why we are not godly. Did Christ establish gigantic structure? No, but in all you do on earth, be like Christ. Churches, mosques everywhere, but we still wallow in corruption, no love of our neighbors, and so on and so forth. You see? Is the writer richer or more educated than those that attend the church? If he doesn't want to serve God, that should be his personal decision. He should not deceive others into turning their back on God because of industrialization. So guys, what do you think? Leave your comment below and let's know your thoughts on this. Thank you.